Welcome back to Building 1313 Lego. A lot's happened this update, around like 2 months ago, I'd say. I've completely finished and released my UTAT design, and that's been posted on Minifig Madness. I'm currently working on a duel on Mustafar for Minifig Madness, and also another reseller, which is going to be released later this year. We finally got the 501st Battle Pack and the AAT, so I picked up a few of those. Overall thoughts on them? The AAT is pretty much garbage unless you modify it, and the ATRT design isn't as good as the 2015 version of it. Bark Speeder is actually really good. But other things that happen in the world, there's more forest fires in Oregon, causing a red hue amongst the sky. But I'm safe where I live, so that's good, but who knows how fast it can come over here. Because fires are unpredictable. But at least I was actually able to take a wonderful photo of Ahsoka in 1313. There's no fires around this area. But I also began to start thinking, like, what if there was a fire? What would I grab? I wouldn't be able to grab 1313, so. Or if I was able to grab it, I would just throw it in a box and it would get destroyed, so at least I would have the parts. But I'll probably take all my minifigures and all the custom builds that are irreplaceable, some of my artwork, and probably UCS, Millennium Falcon, and my PC. But that's if I have enough time to grab anything I wanted. So if I have like 30 minutes to grab something, I don't know what I'll grab. Because there's so much stuff in this room. It's always important to know your valuables and where they're at. Even if it wasn't a fire, if someone broke in and stole something, like Republic Attack, how all of its Lego was stolen, pretty much, I don't know what I'll do. So just remember at the end of the day, as long as if you're safe and your family's safe, that's all that matters. Because you can always replace stuff. So let's go back to talk about 1313. The bad thing about this location where this MOC is, there's 3 windows in front of it, which is actually causing sun damage upon some Legos like this. It's kind of hard to tell with the camera, but in real life, there's some yellowing right here, and also on some light bluish gray Lego, I've started to notice. So I'm actually going to put up some UV film on the windows to like prevent all this discoloration upon this whole MOC, which would be terrible if that happened. So over the past few months, I have been working on it, but not as much as I wanted to. So right here, I actually had an idea of introducing this area as like a jail cell. And it'd be really cool. So this area right here would actually be like the hallway, and then right here would be like start of the jail cells on either side. And the nice thing about that, I think it would be like 2 stories, like one here and then one here too, because the height of it is really nice. And I was also thinking this area, like right here, would also have like a catwalk leading to the battle arena. And this whole area would be hollow because I was going to simulate more cells right here, just from the outside. But since these two are right here, all that's going to be blocking. So it's going to be really nice. It will have that overall, like, seamless look of, like, oh, this whole area is, like, meant for cage fights. And I've actually started to place down some filler brick right here and some plates to get that extra height. Because right here, there's this big lip. And if I didn't do that, it would kind of be like this, how it's kind of, like, covering up right here, which I didn't really like, so I had to bring up this whole area a little bit. So the thing is that right here, I kind of messed up because I have to take this out since I can't actually push these back. The hydraulics on this, well, it's supposed to be hydraulics, but it's just some Technic pieces. So I have to fix that. But overall, I think it's turning out really nice. So let's go start building it. So I've been working for a while. I've actually came up with this interesting technique. So what I'm actually doing here is this whole like brace thing is actually like going around the whole perimeter of it. And then that's actually causing studs to be anti-studs on the very bottom right here. And then I use the inverse slope, 2x3 slope right here. And then I place it right here. And then by doing that, it's actually flush with everything else because I put some tiles on the ground. And so I get some bricks and put them on the side, and then some grills, so it has that like that depth kind of look. And also has this like weird inverse slope thing right here, which I think looks really nice too. But also notice there's like these gaps like right about here. So I tried to cover up by using like these a 1x2 modified plate, but I kind of wanted to use something else. So I actually found these triangles usually on speeder bikes. So I covered them up right there. They're just in there, which I think looks pretty great. It's like a really interesting technique I came up with. Because if I didn't have those there, usually it would look like this, kind of just blank. but that kind of gives it more depth and color into the MOC. And also this is the design for the cell. So I actually ended up coming up with this design that it uses these doors, like cell doors, and I kind of just set them right there. And then the whole thing's at an angle by using those 2x2x3 slopes, and then some black of those right here. Since I'm not actually going to be able to see what's inside these cells right here, and what I'm going to do is put these like little control panels on the side so they can open and close them. And then after that, I'm going to duplicate that 4 more times right here, and then I can put like a door, but not actual functionally door, because this whole section's gonna be blocked off, so it's just gonna look like it's a door there leading somewhere, but it's not. And then these 2 areas right here are actually gonna have cells on either side. And I also made these little toilets too. I've pretty much finished this overall design. I've actually finished on both sides almost, except this one right here, so I want to show you guys what it looks like on the inside. That's what the interior of it looks like. I use a ladder piece, so that's what that looks like on the inside. On this side, I've actually included inverted slopes, so it like slopes off at the very top, so it looks very good at both sides. So I've been working a little bit more on this jail cell design, and this whole section actually comes off, so it's more accessible on the interior, like this. The whole front of this is like that, so I can get the better the view of the interior of that side and the other side when it's all done, which is a good aspect of this, knowing that it's more modular. That's what I've done this week on building 1313. Have a great day. See you next week.